Hi, Gemini, and welcome to your October reading. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. Before I begin, as the seasons change, as we change daily, right, whether we know it or not, just like Mother Earth changes daily, and sometimes we're unaware of the beauty and differences that Mother Earth provides every day. We also need to realize that through the course of time, seasons change, right? And with the seasonal changes that take place, those changes are immensely advantageous for ourselves in terms of allowing those changes to take place. And as I'm shuffling, a couple cards flipped out, but the true beauty of what the cards did, the flipping, is you guys really want to talk about some changes that have been taking place that are fated. As long as we allow the changes to happen naturally, just like the seasons change naturally, we find ourselves in a much more flowing environment. Okay, let's go. Gemini. 3 cards for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus, okay? And this window's making noise. And yes, there are bugs in Chicago. Anyway, I'm so not used to that. Okay, 5 of Cups, 2 of Swords, and Queen of Pentacles. So, we don't, right, Geminis, who can relate to the beauty of your existence is this Queen of Pentacles. If it is someone external to you, it's Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. If not, I feel for most of you, you're not seeing the value that you bring to the table. You are this queen of stability, security, financial abundance. For many of you who have put your egos on the shelf only to realize that the things that have transpired for you have not been in essence for anything other than to keep your pride in check, right? Let's make sure that we don't get cocky. Let's make sure that we understand that the worthiness of our own existence lies within, then without. And this is where your emotions run so deep, because your mind and your heart are trying to merge as you find yourself ultimately in October as the Queen of Pentacles, yeah? This could apply very much to Gemini moons as well, but it also applies to whomever that it resonates with, okay? But I had to say that because we have the moon here twice. The moon of the backdrop and to the forefront is what you've been dealing with in terms of this. The backdrop of your subconscious intellect. Subconscious intellect of knowing that you're this and not that. Because her eyes are covered. So you have this knowingness, if you will. Right? You know it already. You know it already. But your higher consciousness knows it. Subconsciously you know it, but is your consciousness aware to the point, aware of your beauty and essence of its fragrance, by not being prideful, by not being greedy, by just doing what you have to do. You don't show that to the world. I think sometimes, Gemini, you show this to the world more. Especially when we feel confused about the past situations that have been around us for oh so long, you know? It's like, yeah, well, that door closed, and oh my gosh, you know, this deal didn't go through, or, you know, I've tried so many, which is true, right? Look, I mean, I've tried so many opportunities that have arisen either through my own, you know, course of going forward, or, you know, following the lead of what I thought I wanted, I needed, what I thought and how I feel are definitely things that you need to change up in order to rise up. So that's what you're going to be doing in the month of. Okay, let's get 3 more cards from the Light Seers deck. Okay. Okay, Gemini. The vibration of leveling up is huge. But it comes with a knowing. Let me see how many I got here. 2. It comes with a knowingness of, listen, we cannot build upon doubt. We can only build upon what we feel and know ourselves to look and show up in the world. So that's what you're doing. You're showing up. If you are coupled with a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, you're showing up as, well, I don't know, because I don't know where this is going. I don't know what is happening. I don't feel, I'm kind of drained by, if this is a relationship, this is draining. If it's a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius with a Taurus, Virgo, Cap, I'm a little like uncertain. So some of you are feeling this uncertainty playing back to you as someone else is either, no one really makes us feel, Gemini, the feelings that we have and the upsets. You know, are you upset that you didn't say something, that you didn't see something, that you didn't do something that you needed to do with another, right? A partner. However, if that's not it, if it is about, this is how I feel, why don't I feel like this, then you're totally working on yourself. Are you kidding me? Look, this is a leveling up of self. Look at this. 8 of Pentacles, working on you. This is where you're headed. And there are no doubts and confusion and questions to be had when you know this. The working on the self is the most important part of the change that you're going to be going through, right? This is the seasonal change that was talked about in the intro. Of course, you're being helped by the angelic realm because you need to see how far you've come And to know how far you've come, Gemini, without a smidge of doubt. The angels want to tell you this. You have and are being propelled to a new level of freedom. There's much freedom to be had as you work on yourself. There's much freedom to be had if you give a relationship some time. If it is indeed a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn that you need to be, that you are in a, and or deciding to be or not to be in a relationship with and or without. The continual disappointment in yourself or another is what's here. Not knowing the things that you have come to find out, or your intuition was telling you all along about someone. Are they really working on themselves? Are they going to hurt you again? Are you doubtful about? Are you patiently waiting for someone to change? You know that's not going to happen, Gemini, if you're waiting for someone to change. The only change that can happen in the course of time is the change within Mother Earth. That is you. Within comes first. Then it exudes an essence, a fragrance, as you unfold that into the physical. But first, it has to come from the inner source, your inner being of no doubt, no hesitation, no worries, no upsets. I mean, life is, right? They say life is but a dream, right? And that's what it is. So you are the one who needs to have a sense of, on the bottom of this deck, this is the Gilded Tarot Royale, right? This is your sense of freedom right here. And what does this hold, right? Pennies from Heaven card. You know that's my Pennies from Heaven card. The need to not literally see your worth, but to believe that you are worthy. Where there was none, there was a stalemate. It's like, what the heck? Am I ever going to see the light of a new day under this beautiful moon? Have I realized that my need or obsession, my need to control and or obsess about whether this is happening so that I can sense this ultimate freedom is what you're working on. You're working on this. You're working on stop questioning yourself. Start believing. Start believing that you are this Queen of Pentacles. That you're no longer being controlled and or driven by the need to know that you are, but just know that you are, right? Sometimes we need to put the cart before the horse. I know that sounds crazy. The spirit world is trying to get you out of your element of not feeling and thinking good enough. Well, how come this always happens to everyone around me? Where's the justice in that? Some of you are saying. Everyone's working, making their dreams happen, and Gemini, you're sitting there plugging away. You're doing your work on yourself. You're meditating. your astral traveling. And most of you who are astral traveling that know what I'm talking about realize that it's in the ethers, or it wouldn't show up. But Spirit's saying, okay, well, how bad do you want it, and how much faith do you have in receiving? So when we're unable, or we're going through a transitional time of change, the things that we have a hard time receiving lends itself to the physical body of our left side hurting. Any part of that, be it the ankles, the knees, the wrists, the elbows, whatever. It's always on the left side of our bodies. When we are confident that this is going to happen, that merges into the whole of not needing to know and allowing it to just happen when the time that Spirit says it's going to happen. Maybe it's another 8 weeks. Maybe it's 8 days that you have to wait for some payout, a new venture to begin, a new position, something that's going to give you the freedom financially, as well as give you the feeling of being uplifted to a new platform, of not obsessing over what you don't have, but appreciating what you do have. On this deck, we have the Two of Wands. Where do you see yourself in these twos? She doesn't see anything. She knows. This is within and without. Without, okay, so listen, you've heard me say it. Going within, we use our third eye as a direction of our intuition, our own intuition, without asking questions. When we go without, which is the external, we have to make it happen by not asking those questions. We may think it, for sure. We may know it, but don't question it. Just let it come to you naturally. She is the queen of nature. She's Mother Earth. She's not the empress, no, but she doesn't need to be. Do you understand that? So where am I going when I'm questioning everything that's ahead of me? How is this going to happen? Spirit's saying, stop thinking so much. Stop analyzing so much. Stop trying to point your compass where you want it to go, and just let it flow where it's gonna go. This is within and this is without. So you get this freedom. You finally get this freedom after a stalemate because you were obsessing like crazy. And look, hold on. Look at this. Look at this. Hold on. Who's obsessing about money? Who needs money? Who worries about money? Who's not feeling worthy of your time, effort, consideration? And is it you or this Leo, Aries, Sag, or the Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn? It doesn't matter. The thing that does matter is that you've been in this cycle for way too long. Obsessing over, it was actually, hold on. I have to put these down. I really need to show you this. Okay. This came like this. This was on the bottom of the deck, right? Okay. So, we've been in this stalemate because we have the Hold on. Where did I put it? I know it's here. Here we go. We've been in this stalemate of not good enough, obsessing about when's it coming, when's it going to happen, when am I going to be set free to literally be financially free to come and go as I please, to do what I want. Finally, it comes, but it's been a long time coming. You've been waiting. But the wait is because you were in a stalemate of this. Your ego, your confusion, your lack of faith. And yeah, we could say it 7 ways to Sunday how, oh yeah, I have faith. Oh, I do. I have so much faith in the universe in receiving. But then what happens? Your left side starts hurting. Your left eye is twitching, your left knee is hurting. You're all in this mode for the last 5 weeks to even 5 months, for some 5 years. But this 5 is significant because once you let go of all of those doubts, worries, sadness, grief, oh my God, woe is me, and then you elevate because Spirit said it just wasn't time yet. You needed to go through the seasonal changes of lack to abundance. Everyone goes through it. Sometimes we're feeling up, sometimes we're feeling down. It's just the emotions run real deep, especially because we're 3D. Our 3D lives want to be free of, the financial freedom is, right? It's the American dream, right? I mean, no doubt. And when you're not feeling that, Gemini, all heck breaks loose. And it's all because you are doubting and what has happened in the past with another door closes, another one bites the dust. I mean, come on. How many times have we maybe had opportunities or issues of new ideas come to the forefront and they just didn't pan out? They didn't pan out because of the way your thought process was. So now, as we move forward, we need to get rid of the need to know, the control. How's it going to turn out? How's it going to look like? How is it going to play out? And just let it flow. Okay, hold on. Look. Here's what you've been doing. This is what it looks like. You've been praying and hoping and planning and sorting and trying to figure it out. And you've been even to the point of, meditating, trying not to think about it, trying not to talk about it. If it's a relationship, you don't want to talk about it. You don't want to think about it. You just want to be left alone for a minute. Some of you, if you're going through a divorce because the King of Swords came out, some of you are really upset because someone is making a decision, still maybe has not made it, or just in the early stages of, and you don't know how financially it's going to be a payout or not, right? For some, you're not sure. So that's been the big waiting game, so to speak, right? So Gemini's been in this waiting game where Spirit's just saying, gosh, just give it up, let it go. Give it up and let it go, and then you'll see the light of a new day. This is not the light of a new day, but this is. And that's what Spirit's saying, hey, look to the higher realms for answers. Where is your faith? Excuse me. So, that is Excuse me. That is the question. Where is your faith? Your faith needs to be in yourself and not in the questioning of what Spirit has in store for you. Allowing what Spirit has in store for you. Absolutely. So patiently waiting what it is that you want. How do you serve, Gemini? How do you serve in life, in your life as your job? How do you serve in life as your job? Is it not what you're doing is not really what you really want to be doing? They couldn't pay you enough? That's a call to take action if it is indeed something that we need to get out of. Are you giving too much of your time and energy and not receiving enough in return? Is it a relationship that has unfortunately reached its expiration date? So what is it that you want? I'm drawn to the want versus the need. The need to want a desire, the need to want this, whatever this is, so bad. The desires of wanting what we want so bad that it eludes us, that it confuses us, that it makes us feel less than. Wants, needs are so different. However, there's a fine line between, and that line is what defines the need to be free, of letting go. And that's what you're doing. The devil's reverse for a reason, because you've let go of and obsessing about all of the things that you don't have and you wish you did and you're hoping you did and you want so badly to just have the financial freedom, but you just got in your own way. Geminis, we get in our own way all the time. It's so easy for us to not see. But Spirit's saying it's not about seeing, it's about feeling. It's about using your crown chakra. This is all violet, lavender violet. The answers that you seek and that you've been waiting for and that you want are all within your heart. Your intuitive mind already knows that you are this. But do you know? So the need to know is, again, now you got to throw that out of the picture and patiently remember that whatever it is that you do receive will give you a new perspective on life. So that when you move forward, Gemini, you will be able to move forward with ease, going with the flow and not being so stringent, not needing to know and making sure that Spirit already knows better. Be self-assured. Take the role of these two. This is Mercury going back into forward motion. And maybe that's what the stalemate's been. Come on. We haven't been able to really freaking talk about anything. Because all we've been doing is over-obsessively thinking about what's the next move, what's going to happen. How many more doors are going to get shut in our face? And how much more can we take? And then we become the king and the queen of just knowing. Knowing your path, your worth, your service to humanity. What is it that you want to do? Then do it. You're transforming the way that you see yourself insofar as how you believe about the ways that things are manifested for you. How we manifest so effortlessly when we let go. How we already understand that concept, yet we still tend to question, worry, freak out, and like get so crazy about not having enough, not being good enough. Oh my gosh. What if this happens again? Oh my gosh. People are always wanting so much. Gosh. There's only so much of us to go around. But you're whole now. So coming into October, you're going to feel this coming together of, okay, now I get it. It's that song. You don't always get what you want, but you get what you need. And you get it in the time that Spirit says. And if you can master that, then you've mastered yourself. And if you're with someone that has mastered that, then take notice, observe how others manifest so effortlessly. Earth signs, oh my gosh. They do it very diligently, very stringently. They're very steadfast. They already know. You already know. You just have to tell yourself that. Isn't that the truth? Okay. Have a great month. And if you need me, I'm here. Take care.